Ready to go?
Bro.
When'd you get here?
I've just been playing this game the whole time.
Welcome back, Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's the camera's down there. That's the screen. Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry. With me, as always, and even when I'm not here, it's Eric the Whiskey Mutant.
I'm here, baby.
I have officially missed an episode of my own podcast.
Is that the first time
That
ever?
is the first time that I have not been on an episode.
Well, you were greatly missed.
I had a great run of 284 straight episodes, and my streak was broken because I got too tired.
You know,
I need to lay down and take a nap.
I think you're due one in 5 years worth of content. You took a break for one time.
Yeah, it should. I mean, you know, I could have just waited until after 300, but no, I had to arbitrarily knock it off at 284.
I think the hardest part of doing that episode was looking back, I feel like I did that episode all in one breath. Because normally I get like a break to talk to you or let you say something. I was like, and then I was like, oh, I got to keep talking. And I was like,
you did seem noticeably more tired by the end of it.
Yeah, I was going on one breath that whole episode. 50 minutes, one breath.
That's like a world record.
Yeah, you didn't edit anything in that either, did you?
Barely.
Yeah, there was some stuff.
I put little text on screen sometimes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, but I was like, where's Perry at to say something? Oh, it's me again.
You said something that validated an opinion of mine.
Oh, I can't remember with your. I'm starting to come around to hating. If you know, you know.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, that felt very validating. It also feels very validating to have you here listening. Especially after taking a little break. This is not the last break that we will have for the summer. There will not be another episode next week. Just Eric and I are both traveling.
We are.
Next week. So it's just, well, actually, when this comes out.
It will be next week.
It will be next week for us now. But when it comes out, I will be traveling.
I think it gives people a chance to want us more. You don't know what you got until it's gone.
They paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
Yep. Sucking on chili dogs.
That's a different song.
Oh. It seems like it should be the same song.
It does, but it's not.
It is a different song.
Yeah. But it also gave me a chance to catch my breath.
Yeah.
To take a week off and to feel re-energized for doing this. And it's not that I was ever dreading sitting down and making content.
No.
But you get to a point where you just feel like you're banging your head against a wall and there's no blood coming out. That's a really weird metaphor. But I think it tracks.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
I hope it tracks at the very least. And look, I know that people are the busiest that they've ever been right now. There's so much content that you could be consuming, so many different things that you could be enjoying. So I have to say thank you. If you are here watching this or listening to TIMBP, it really does just it means the world to us.
It does
to be able to do this week in and week out, and it again that time away did make me feel extra grateful.
Yeah,
for you guys.
Thank you.
So,
but yes,
and also thank you too for doing that episode without me.
Oh.
I mean, it was so validating feeling that I had somebody on my side who can do that when I need them to.
It was fun.
It
was stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, you still edited it.
I did.
Yeah. But, it is, I think as a machine of a brand and show, like, there are times when we got to be able to, like, maybe it's just you do the live streams all the time because I'm working, and I can step up and put together an episode and, like, just keep the ball rolling or the wheel rolling or whatever you want to say. And I think that's, I can honestly say you don't see that a lot.
No.
There are a few podcasts that are probably, friends of ours that will go solo episodes and stuff, but a lot of times you don't ever see just one person or the other doing it. So, but yeah, I'm here for you. You're here for me. We'll get it together somehow.
One way or another. But if you want to keep up with all of our musings and thoughts and feelings, you can head to social media and follow us at My Bourbon Pod and at at Whiskey Mutant. You're not at the Whiskey Mutant.
I am the Whiskey Mutant.
You are the Whiskey Mutant, but you're not at the... Anyway.
Where am I right now?
I don't know, man.
Who am I?
I'm losing it.
Who am I?
I'm not operating on a lot of sleep.
You can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. You can follow Perry at P1792. You can follow the whole show
at My Bourbon Pod.
My Bourbon Pod.
Yeah, I think I'm going to change up the intros, the animations, and everything.
We make it look like a battle scene. It's like they come in and it's like the versus screen.
There's an
like,
explosion.
Yeah. My Bourbon Pod, Whiskey Moon, P.R. 1792, and it's just chaos.
I'll try.
Smash Brothers style.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Someone has entered the ring.
I don't know. I struggle with whether or not our intros are too long on episodes. So I'm just going to say follow us on social media and also support the show on Patreon. Patreon.com/My Bourbon Podcast for as little as $1 a month. $5 a month gets you a bunch of bonus content. We recorded Pours from the Floor this week and a very fun pregame chats where Eric and I rant like we're old men.
Yeah, we are old men.
We're getting there.
No country for old men.
Where are they going to go?
We'll find out soon.
Where'd the country go?
We'll find out soon.
What happened?
What
happened to the country?
Patreon.com is the place to go if you want some content. If you miss, like, if we take a break.
Yeah, exactly.
There's usually something on there. We're going to try to have things on there. Perry may throw like a backlogged episode of something on there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Just go there. Find out.
So yeah, there will still be Patreon content next week. Just no main episode. Yeah. But after that, we're pretty much back to normal as far as recording goes. But largely, yeah, we just sold our house.
Me and Perry sold our house.
We did.
Yeah.
It just got too small for us.
Yeah. So I decided to move back in with my wife. He's going to find a house with his wife, and he's got to find a place. So it's a little busy for him right now.
Who's going to have to take a peek? Not it.
Fuck. He doesn't use the litter box like he's supposed to.
Suck it.
I've got a package over there for that somebody. I'm sending to somebody that
bought a bottle of our barrel pick.
Yeah, and the address is Pete's Pete on it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, you can still get our Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company pick too.
You can.
Eric's really tired of shipping.
I am.
But just to be very honest with you, so maybe don't ask us to send you any more bottles.
We'll give me a break, and we may do some more. But if you're visiting this summer,
yeah,
they still have some. You can buy it at Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. It's on the shelf there. It's got our a little logo on the side, so you know that we picked it. And yeah. But yeah, we may do a couple. Maybe we'll get a couple of bottles and send them out
Yeah.
Let me get back from vacation.
We could do a giveaway too.
Oh yeah.
You think?
I think so.
Something for somebody.
Well, yeah, if they want to do stuff, if they learn how to comment, subscribe, and all that stuff.
All this stuff that you're supposed to do. Yeah, like the video, comment, subscribe on YouTube.
Do it.
I got a different kind of flying blind for you.
Different as in how?
As in, it's not really blind.
I've got a flying blind for you that is blind.
Oh. Well, let's do that then.
Well, we can do both.
Well, let's start with that.
Yes, because I'm going to lead into something.
Oh, okay.
And let's just do normal flying blind, and then we'll lead into it.
Okay.
I think it works. I think it works.
Okay.
I'm getting close to the camera because I'm grabbing this.
I don't know what's happening
I'm just
anymore.
getting the sample that's over here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's a sample.
It is a sample. It was sent to from a friend. I'll tell you later after you had it. But
Sent to from a friend.
Sent to a friend. No, sent to me. I'm the friend that it was sent to.
So it was sent to a friend, but you don't normally talk about yourself.
Sent to me by a friend.
There we go.
All right. What glass do you want to use?
I'll go for a little tulip.
Okay, I'll just pour a little bit because I know we got several things.
You are white knuckling that bottle too, which is so funny to me. Show the camera. Show the camera how you.
I don't know why I did that.
Like your life depends on it. That's hysterical.
So
we haven't seen each other since the meetup either.
It's been a fun recording.
So we've got all this pent up like
horniness.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. Because all the see, all the blood left my brain.
It did. Went somewhere else. This is a really visual flying blind.
What the heck? What the heck? Stick around. We're going to talk about I Think You Should Leave, too, in Tips and Bits.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bunch of stuff to talk about in Tips and Bits. Stop doing that. Stop it. Stop. Is that your favorite from that season?
I don't know. I see a clip or an episode, and I'm like, maybe that one's my favorite. Like it changes, honestly, all the time. What do you think? Any guesses? Anything?
Is this that $500 Weller?
I wish.
There's a chance we're going to get a sample of it.
Oh, my God, please. The Daniel Day-Lewis Weller, whatever it is.
People are getting samples.
That bottle is something.
Do you like it or do you not?
I don't.
Yeah, I think it's ugly.
I don't like it at all. It looks like this. It looks like they just threw a bunch of stuff together. Like the cork and everything's so big, and then like it's glass, but I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah. I liked it better on the second sip.
Okay.
Boy, this one's throwing me for a loop. If it's a bourbon, it's got something weird going on.
It's not.
It's not a bourbon?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Is it a rye?
Yes.
Is it a low rye?
I don't know.
Is it below 100 proof?
Yes.
Is it from Indiana?
I don't know. You might know.
Okay.
I don't know. You just want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah, what is it?
It's from our friend Whiskey Morgue.
Is it Canadian rye?
No, maybe. I don't know. It's a blackened rye. I don't know where does Blackened get their rye from?
MGP, I think.
It is.
Sorry, Ross and Squibb.
It's 90 proof. It's a blackened rye finished in Madeira and rum finish. Which, you know why I gave you this?
Because we just did
Because we have a new barrel pick.
We got a new barrel pick. I totally forgot to bring this up.
And I'm glad you did because it worked perfectly. Yes, we have a barrel pick.
Rye the lightning.
We have a barrel pick in collaboration with our friend David over at Whiskey in My Wedding Ring.
Mm-hmm.
It is a barrel rye, and it's finished in cognac. Is that what it is? No, Armagnac.
Mm-hmm.
Armagnac, a barrel rye. It's from Canada and Indiana, and it's finished in Armagnac barrels, and it's going to be coming out soon, and David is going to have it set up on a site to where you can order it and have it shipped directly to
so
you.
that Eric doesn't have to send anything.
So I don't have to cut myself with the little tape cutter thing and do all that and use just random boxes. Nobody who got ours had the same box. It was all just Funko box, shoe boxes, all this stuff. But yeah, I thought, well, I have a rye finished in something crazy. We'll have it, and then we'll talk about our barrel pick.
It is, it's Kentucky rye.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it might be Willet. Oh, actually, you know what? It's probably Bardstown Bourbon Company now that I think about it.
They do use Willet stuff.
Yeah,
there was that one Blackened and Willet collab. Who knows?
Anyway, probably ask Rob and find out.
Thanks to our friend.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike, the Whiskey Mork. Appreciate you, buddy.
Hey, Eric.
Yes?
What have you been drinking recently?
What have I had? Some Blantons yesterday.
Oh, the My Daily Bourbon Pick.
My Daily Bourbon Pick still available. We're doing a giveaway on our Instagram. You just DM My Daily Bourbon if you want to try that, and he'll send you one. He put back some bottles for me, and I said give one away. In honor of me.
That's just how nice you are.
It is.
You're a giver.
Yeah, I am a giver. I had that. I was drinking on our New Riff pick the other day, and we finished that bottle off. And then I've been working. So, yeah, some Blantons and New Riff. And now I'm going to have something new. This is a Whole Heaven Hill episode,
pretty much.
By the way.
Yeah, what if we found out that rye came from
Heaven Hill?
Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't pour any for myself. Well, I didn't really talk much about what I brought on vacation on the Patreon stuff that we put out last week. But I took the turkey, finished with... Just got real tired. Sorry.
You start talking about your vacation, you're like...
But I took the turkey that we finished with French oak chips. I took a bottle of our Lawrenceburg pick, some Benchmark Full Proof, JTS Brown. I took an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and a Jack Daniel Single Barrel Barrel Proof. So I had a nice time when I was able to drink. I worked for most of that trip, so I didn't really get to relax a whole lot. But
a little bit.
It is what it is. I mean, that's just kind of
get
how
what
it goes.
you get and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah. But then I also grabbed another bottle of the Knob Creek 10-year-old 8-month pick from Jackson's Wine and Spirits.
Is that the new one?
Technically, yes.
Oh.
That came out like last month or
they
something.
Just posted it again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I saw they posted one. I was like, is that
yeah, they were just
one?
letting everybody know that they had bottles left. They had like 8.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I asked if I could still get one, and they said, yeah, absolutely.
They said, Perry, get on over here.
I said, absolutely. So
get
shout
on
out
over here, get
shout
you a
out
bottle.
John and Jackson. They're awesome.
I know what you had to do for it, but you don't have to tell them.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Oh, and we also have been drinking on Tony's Larceny.
Tony Bag of Donuts left his Larceny.
He left his You Do Bourbon.
You bourbon.
I had a little bit of it last night.
That's what you get, Tony. We gave everybody a chance to get their bottles.
So, anyway.
The adventures that I had, or we had as a group with Tony and at late night and his backpack and his bottles are always very, it's going to be a
memorable
moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Love you, Tony.
Love you. Get some donuts, boy.
Do we want to talk a little bit about the meetup while we're also going through
We can.
this little flight here? So what we have before us is 3 expressions of whiskey from Square 6, the Evan Williams Experience exclusive products in Louisville, Kentucky. We have the High Rye Bourbon. We have the Rye Whiskey, High Rye, and the Wheated Bourbon. Sorry, I ran out of things to say because Eric, even though Eric was not done showing bottles yet.
I'll show bottles to Cameron.
The high rye bourbon and the high rye are both 95 proof, and the wheated bourbon is 105.
I like that.
Yeah,
They should have said fuck it and just said we're going to make it 107.
I got some fact sheets here as well. The high rye bourbon is 52% corn, 35% rye, and 13% malted barley. The high rye, it's not even that high a rye. 63% rye.
Dang, yeah.
24 corn and 13 malted barley. And then the wheated bourbon is 2 different mash bills? 74% corn, 16% wheat, and 10% malted barley. But then also 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley. So, look, this paper is so nice.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's heavy.
It's heavy paper,
That's official.
man. I love a good heavy paper. It sounds like I'm making a joke. I really do.
Heaven Hill reminds you to think wisely, drink wisely.
I normally do.
Well,
Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to see my daughter. Does it make for a good fan?
yeah.
Like church on Sundays?
Oh, yeah. Especially if you did the little fold up thing where you made the fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Say they cut it to 105 to further highlight the wheated taste profile.
We'll see.
We'll find out. The limited release of the wheated bourbon will be available in small quantities as a unique offering at the Evan Williams Bourbon Experience and at select Kentucky retailers for a suggested retail price of $90. That's a lot of money. I bet you it's not very old either.
Well, I just smelled of the high rye bourbon. We'll talk about it.
Have you had the high rye bourbon before?
Was that the first one they released? Yeah.
Oh, it smells like mash.
Yeah. Okay, Heaven Hill.
Oof.
I have a lot of respect for you. But this is a little off on the nose.
It tastes unfinished. Not that it's like not in the way that it's like not a finished product. It tastes like it wasn't quite ready.
So
when it came out.
I'm gonna do a positive note that if this
I like the finish.
The finish is really good.
Yeah.
Depending on how they use this on like a tour or something at the Heaven Hill Experience, I could see this being like, hey, this is like a high rye bourbon straight into your glass, and we're going to show you how it can progress to something even better.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't sound that positive, but that's what I get from it. I feel like this is like a tasting where they're going to progress you through to a final product.
It's got a like procedural vibe about it for sure.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite, but I can still drink it.
Yeah.
I think this is another one of those that is like $90 too. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's a 5-year-old bourbon.
Okay.
So anyway, the high rye. It's not high rye. It's 63%. Oh, that smells significantly better.
That smells
I love that nose.
That smells like a rye.
I love how I said we're going to talk about the meetup and then we're not talking about it at all.
I feel like we've mentioned little bits and pieces of it so much that people are probably like, oh, we know what happened. Plus, they could watch the live show.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I haven't had a chance to say
You say something about
on
the
the podcast that this was the most stressful meetup weekend that we've done.
Ooh, that's nice.
And gotten together. And even like in the moment, we were the most stressed out that we have ever been putting on an event.
Exploding on the inside.
Yeah. But after like a couple of days, when we stepped away from it, it couldn't have gone any better. I mean, truly. We had a couple of like just small little behind the scenes things that could have been a little bit smoother. But I think largely everybody had a fantastic time.
I think so. And I think that's probably just the norm for any event. I can't imagine any bourbon event or any type of like hobby or con or meeting or meetup is going to go without any hiccups. I think all in all, the hiccups we had were very minimum, and it didn't take away from the experience.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, it was fun. If we'll see what next year holds. We may change some stuff. We may do something smaller. We may take a break. Who knows?
Yeah,
but stay tuned.
Of course, like when you're that stressed out and you're in the middle of it, your immediate thought is, I don't know if I can do this again.
Yeah,
or if I should do this again next year.
I will say one thing different about this year's meetup, as opposed to last year's, is I feel like we had, and I don't want this to sound wrong. I'm not trying to take away from My Daily Bourbon or the mash and drum, because I feel like those are people that are like our friends and we can joke around, and it's like it's just a big hangout.
Yeah.
This year we had a lot of representation from Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company, and we had Peggy No Stevens, and they are bigger names and brands than we had worked with before.
Yeah.
So I think there was an extra level of stress of being like, I want this to better their name and their brand. I don't want our meetup and what we have planned and how we ran things to tarnish them or make a bad,
Yeah, we wanted to put our best foot forward and show that, it's almost like when you go to a party with your parents, like a Christmas party,
yeah,
and they want you to behave well,
right?
It's like that. You want to make sure that the way that your kids behave reflects well on you.
Yeah, and these are people that are known in the industry, and they're constantly doing things, and they took their time to do that with us, and we are greatly appreciated. And I've not heard anything negative from anybody or them. I think they ended up having a great time, whether it be Friday night or Saturday. And we'll see. Maybe we'll bring it back to more, hangout style and have some more familiar faces, or maybe we'll reach out and we'll get even more brands or bigger names. Who knows?
Yeah,
we'll see.
The rye is really good.
I like the rye. I don't know if I can pull out anything that says this is amazing. I think this is a solid.
It's a very solid rye.
I'm not disappointed in this rye at all.
But anyway,
weeded bourbon.
I feel really, really good about the way that this meetup went.
Yeah, and it's like a back and forth in my head. It's like how many more people do we want to, like, as far as like the VIP, and like, do we want it to be bigger, or I'm kind of okay with that small group that, like, hey, we're here, we're going to take, but then it's like, what if we had even more people?
Yeah, exactly.
So who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for the growth, but it is a lot to keep up with, admittedly. But yeah, I feel really good about it. I just thank you to everybody who not only came to the meetup part of things, but also the live show.
Yeah.
I mean, it just huge showing from you guys, and it meant a lot.
It did.
And Eric's right. We don't know what we're going to do next year just yet, but I don't want to do nothing. I can say at this point, having had enough time to rest and reflect, I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
I want us to do something
right.
for people. It'll just wind up being different.
Yeah.
Again.
And I think people want different. They don't want to just do the same thing every time.
I don't want to do the same thing every time either. That's why this podcast is so all over the place.
Yeah.
Because I get ideas and I get excited about the ideas and then I want to do the ideas and some of them just
it's when the ideas you start making them happen, you're like, whoa, this is
what am I doing?
This is a lot.
Like, I mean, that's, one of the things that we do for the Patreon from time to time is the last call.
Yeah.
That was an idea where I was like, I can do this. And then like, and it's gotten easier over time, but once I like sat down to do it the first time, I was like, this is a lot.
Yeah. Well, especially now, I'm just doing all sorts of random stuff.
And like I was so inspired by it, and I still am, and like I'm going back through and listening to their podcast again. But The Grub, my friend Ben Russell out of Australia, that's his old podcast.
Hey, mate.
Wow.
Crikey.
It's like he's here.
Yeah.
He's
down
actually
the Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company. Yo. I don't know.
You know how Australians talk.
I don't know.
But I'm going back through and listening to it again, and it's all sketch comedy based.
Yeah.
And like but so there's a lot of like high effort sketches that they do, but there's just as much low effort stuff that they do as well. And like I want to do like a Patreon bonus where it's just a full like 45 minutes of us doing different sketches.
Yeah, don't steal this idea, but what if we did a full sketch episode, but we threw like a review into it?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
That's like a main episode?
Yeah.
100% yes.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, I would do that. And it's just parodies of bourbon content.
Yeah.
100% I want to do that. But like the Patreon one, I would want it to be just more like general sketches.
Yeah.
General sketches.
Yeah. No sketching.
Oh, in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Gotcha. Okay.
When
cool.
you just draw a doodle on something.
Yeah.
You're talking to somebody that you don't care what they're saying, but you have to listen.
Yeah. You know what we really need to do too is sit down and write.
Oh, yeah.
Together.
You imagine what we come up with? We actually didn't do it on the fly.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, I don't think I've talked about this on the main episode at all. Eric and I are also working on a scripted podcast, like a serial, like old radio show serials. And like, I just really want us to sit down and like hash it out.
Yeah.
And get it. Cause
we need to.
The idea, the concept behind it is so funny. And there are parts of it that I'm like, I have to make this.
Yeah.
I have to do this. And so we really, really need, anyway, that's enough about that. So this weeded bourbon, it's okay.
It's okay.
I don't know if it's $90 worth of okay though.
It's not. Unfortunately, Wilderness Trail does weeded bourbon better. Heaven Hill themselves have done weeded
even
bourbon
Larceny.
Better. Larceny is better than this.
Yeah.
And I don't even like Larceny that much.
But we did just review it.
We did.
Yeah, remember?
A while back.
Like a month ago.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I forgot we did the weeded thing.
And you liked it.
Kind of. It was
you liked it better than you thought you did.
It was next to last. It was like third place. But this, it's you can, when a weeded bourbon isn't ready.
They also got the ABV wrong.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry, we said this on the Patreon. There's a whole thing I had to cut out. But the sample bottle label says Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey on the weeded bourbon. And it says 47.5% alcohol. It's not. It's 105 proof, not 95 proof.
Anyway. I don't know. This is just a weeded bourbon that doesn't taste like it's ready yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm unsurprised that the rye, which again is probably 4 or 5 years old, has more depth and complexity to it than either of these bourbons
weeded bourbons are harder to get.
Yeah.
You either do it right or they need to go longer in the barrel or something like that. So.
Joe from Barrel Bourbon.
Oh, you said that. Maybe that's where I heard it.
I think that is.
And I agree. I've tasted plenty of things that weren't ready.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's just it could be better.
Yeah.
I was just about to do the same thing in classic TIMBP fashion.
Blend them up.
Do we have any news or anything we want to talk about briefly?
Oh. So, unfortunately, I was not lucky enough to get a pre-order of Russell's Reserve 13. They did a pre-order.
I didn't even know about this.
If you were on the mailing list, they sent you an email.
I'm on the mailing list. I'm so mad.
Oh, well, it was a shit show because
Sounds about right.
It crashed and and they gave a second chance. Look under Russell's. A lot of people said it crashed. They give you a second chance, and then I lost on the second chance as well. So that was a good way to get one of the best bourbons out recently. And hopefully you did. If you are one of the lucky ones, let us know.
I got some news.
Oh, but what I was going to say is I did get a pre-order of something else that we're going to try.
Ooh. That's good. You wouldn't do this with it. I know you're not doing this for a bit. You wouldn't do it if it was like a shoe.
I pre-ordered
Are you
the
kidding
Fireball
me?
Dragon
I am
Reserve.
so excited. I'm genuinely so excited. I want to know how bad this thing is.
So we will be reviewing this on a future episode once it gets here. It was a pre-order, and
did I see that right? It's $20.
Yeah. The shipping and the taxes from Reserve Bar equal almost the same amount as the bottle.
That's incredible.
So I bought a $19 bottle for $38.
40.
Yeah, $38, $31. But yeah, we will be getting that.
Little teaser for you guys.
Yeah, so
that's incredible.
Yeah. I was going to say I didn't get Russell's Reserve 13, but I got Barrel Aged Fireball. Which is kind of news. They are releasing a barrel aged Fireball.
When God closes one door, he opens another.
So yeah, that's your releases coming up. Russell's Reserve 13.
Hot dog.
And Fireball.
Well, if anybody that is listening got a Russell's Reserve 13, we would like a sample of it if you don't mind.
Please.
I don't mean to sample bait, but...
Luckily, I've been able to get the last two in some sort of fashion, but who knows what this one was. Also, it was $150.
Whoa! Really?
On the website.
Wait, what was it normally?
The first year was $70. I don't know what it was last year because
so it's doubled in price.
I had a bourbon finder help me get one, and we split a bottle. And
was it my bourbon finder?
It was the bourbon. Finder.
The bourbon finder. Mm-hmm. That little bird man.
A little bird man. So
yeah,
I don't know what he just was like. Hey, let's split it, and I gave him some money. So he could have got more money. I don't know. I didn't check the price. But either way, it started out $70.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
So
that's insane.
That's
the tooth.
That's our society. It's a society.
We do be living in a society, bro. So today we're doing one of our favorite episodes. The last time that we did this episode, Papa Ritter was sitting at the table with us. We are doing our classic Elijah Craig and Larceny barrel proofs together review. That thing that we do. We got sent the sample of Larceny B523, 124.4 proof, 6 to 8 years old. Somehow the system failed us and we missed the media bottle of the ECBP. But we are fortunate enough that Eric was able to secure one.
I did.
Do you want to try the A123 up next to it?
Okay.
Just
we can do whatever we want to.
We can. It's our show, dang it.
It may be your bourbon podcast, the listener's bourbon podcast, and it may be your bourbon podcast.
Yeah, it's ours.
But it is our bourbon podcast,
yeah, exactly.
And we do,
so we can do what we want.
We can.
Steve? Stop looking at me.
Yeah. Go ahead and throw that up on the screen. We do whatever we want. Thank you.
You're talking to me in the future?
No, our producer.
Oh, Jamie.
Yeah. Maybe one of those little plastic.
You need a little baby
there.
cup?
Yeah.
Because you're a little baby.
Don't even start, Scary Perry. If you even add that other word in there, I'm going to be mad.
What word?
To baby.
When
you call me that, and it makes me mad.
What's the word?
That's not bird either.
What would I call you?
Don't.
Like
Don't.
a urine toddler?
Oh. That's not a word.
A wee?
I don't even know if I like that either.
A wee?
Not a weeb.
Infant? You are a weeb, though.
I've been called a weeb, and I accept it.
It's because you are.
I know. Just like calling.
Oh, I know what it is. It's a little piss baby.
I knew it. Hearing you say piss baby, just it sends me into like a spiral because like I don't know how to react to it.
Look,
It's
I've had 2 weeks off of the podcast. I'm feeling randy. Just
it's just like so unlike you and mean, and I don't know how to do it. But it's not even that mean. Like
it's really not. It's actually one of the funnier things you can call somebody. Whoop, pause for cork pop. And pop. Every time you open a bottle, an angel at Heaven Hill gets its wings.
Pete is Pete. Don't talk about that place.
Shut up, Pete.
I tried to go there once and they kicked me out.
All right. Do you want to start with the A123 just to refresh our palates, or do you just want to go right for the Larceny?
I say we do the Larceny since it is a completely different product and we don't have nothing else to compare it to.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that sounds good. Clink. Now, this has been sitting in the studio or my cabinet for the better part of like a month.
It's not been opened.
No, it hasn't.
So
I didn't even try it beforehand, which I typically kind of do with media samples.
This
Smells great.
smells like Starburst. Like a pack of Starburst.
You are 100% right.
Oh my goodness. And I don't know how many weeded bourbons I would say smell like a pack of Starburst. Because it's usually like... And it's just chilling down there.
Studio cat sitting on the stool, on the squatty potty.
But normally they're like a pastry or like a bakery type cherry or something. This is straight up like chewy candy.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love that. Wow.
Yo.
This might be my favorite Larceny barrel proof. Larceny in general.
Oh my gosh, the finish.
It's like... It keeps going with that Starbursty flavor, and it's not like overly sweet. It like mellows out a little bit.
Yeah, once it gets to the finish, it starts going almost like bread pudding.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
What was the batch that we loved last year? B522?
Mm-hmm.
This is better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my favorite. Now this is my favorite.
Yeah.
Dude, the finish is so...
It's still going. I haven't had a second sip yet. It's still going.
Yeah, it is like... It's like a bread pudding, and you have like a layer of like... Maybe they put some like whipped cream and maybe like cherry or strawberry on it. And you get that up front, and then you bite into like the bread pudding where it's got like the whiskey soaked into it. And you get that on the finish. Yeah, that's like a layer. It's like a layered bread pudding.
Yeah. That's phenomenal.
Has that already been out?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I need a bottle of that.
$65, $70, whatever it is.
I mean,
I think retail is still $64.99. It might be $70.
Heaven Hill, great job on this. I don't see how you can.
These two things are not the same.
I don't see the Square 6 weeded bourbon. Why it tastes like this when you can do that? I just don't. I don't. That's so
I don't
good.
understand, and I'm mad about it.
It's so good.
It's incredibly good, man.
Oh, the finish is still going. Oh. Wow.
I mean, like, straight up, it's like, I mean, without even like breaking it down too much, it's like an 18 out of 20.
Yeah, I was kind of crunching it because I was like, maybe we should just do the numbers on this. Yeah, it's like, I mean, $65 still. Is that what it is?
That's what I was saying. It's I think that the retail is $64.99. They're the MSRP. It might be $69.99.
Yeah, I'm saying it's around a 17, 18.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with an 18.
I would
20.
I would not feel. I think the price is probably a 5. The finish is a 5. I think if I got a little bit more right on the palate, it'd be closer to a 5. I would probably give the palate around a 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the nose is like a 4.
Yeah.
So probably, an 18.
Yeah.
God.
It's so good. It's so, oh my gosh. It's such a full experience. And I think that's what we were missing for so long with Larceny Barrel Proof it was like parts of it are really good. Other parts are just kind of whatever. But this is like the whole package.
It's good.
I mean, I think that they have finally worked out.
It took a couple years.
Yeah. And that's okay. I don't have any problem with waiting a little while if it means that at the end of it, we're going to have a better. Are we okay?
Yeah, I'm just seeing what the Larceny Barrel Proof.
I thought we were both trying to get rid of the bubbles in our tummies.
No. I was looking over at my Heaven Hill stuff, and I've got Larceny Barrel Proof, but it's all the first couple of releases.
Yeah.
So,
what other bourbon podcast can you go to where one of the hosts says tummy?
Tum.
I got a tum.
Got a little tummy. A little bourbon in my tum. Keep going. Larceny Barrel Proof. Better than it used to be. Better than the Square 6. Better than the Square 6.
I got a couple EPs.
Go to our SoundCloud.
Check me out on Bandcamp. Hey, if you want to go listen to Perry Ritter music, it's perryritter.bandcamp.com.
If you want to go listen to A Scandal to Remember or Descendants of Nabin, where I used to play music, you can just go to YouTube and type those in.
Yeah.
If you want to see me scream and jump around.
I get to see that every week.
Yeah, I still do that. Just for Perry.
Just not for...
Perry gets a solo metalcore show by just the singer of a metalcore band.
This is why we're moving. It's because I don't have enough room in my current house for Eric to properly jump around and scream the way that he needs to.
And then add your kid who jumps around and screams. There's just not enough room for him.
There's just not enough room, man.
He needs more room.
Eric's gonna jump.
He's gonna do it.
Watch me do it.
Lucy's even used to it now. She's like starts moving stuff. He's gonna jump. She takes the baby bumpers and stuff and puts them on there.
I'm gonna do my jump.
I just bust in like Kramer and I just start jumping in your house.
The amount of money we've spent on light fixtures is just asinine.
And stitches on my head.
Oh, dude. Patreon is not enough money for the amount of hospital visits. And you work at a hospital.
Yeah. That's where we get it. We're lucky that copay is not
you
that
get
much.
the discount. Yeah. The next one's free.
You've been here 4 times. Get the 5th one free.
You got the punch card.
I got a point system. Give me free peanut butter and
it didn't cost me anything to get my appendix taken out because I've lost so many fingers.
I built up such a big point system that I had a free colonoscopy.
I come in for the prostate exam just because I like it.
It doesn't cost me a thing. And I get points.
I'd still pay for it even if I didn't have to.
You know how many points I get each prostate exam?
5.
At least one.
It's an all-day affair.
After the 5th one, it takes 2. Sir, you were just in here a week ago.
This is my 3rd one this week.
Don't worry about it.
I know what I'm about.
What am I doing?
Just let me.
Just do
Tell
it.
him I'm here.
Just do it.
He said he doesn't want to see you right now. I'm going to go see him.
I made an appointment. It's going to happen. Anyway, thank you, Heaven Hill, for this sample of Larceny Barrel Proof. It's really good.
I forgot what we were doing for a second.
You're like, oh wait, we're in the middle of a review.
Okay, well let's check out the Elijah Craig A123 before we go to the B523.
A123. I don't remember much.
I remember liking it.
I remember being satisfied. I think you liked it more than I did.
Yeah.
I think one thing, I don't know if I said it, but having it right now, the nose does not match the palate.
Not at all.
The nose is a little, almost like high pitched, like a kind of a sour, pickly nose.
Mm-hmm.
But then the palate is better. But it's a very contrast from nose and palate.
Yeah.
Now, the finish isn't that long on this.
Oh, no. I was laughing so hard I started sweating, by the way.
And my cat's over by, she's trying to, you're covering all the, okay.
She's a sweetheart.
She was trying to get some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof over there.
Just a very content cat.
She is.
Not needy like mine.
It comes over here and starts scratching your leg. And stuff.
What the heck, man?
Stop. You're getting too close to the
I was just
joke.
giving you praises.
But you weren't giving me scritches. But you weren't giving me what I wanted.
She doesn't show her butthole when she walks away. That's nice.
Yeah. She hasn't had enough to drink yet. She dips into these bottles every once in a while.
It's a nude egg.
She slaps a sample off of the table, it busts, and she's over here.
You should be allowed to look at a little porn at work.
I mean, just a little. I haven't been here before. I don't know.
This isn't porn.
Why would you do this? I've not been here.
Why is one egg 40 eggs?
When you sent me that game, I about lost it.
The fact that it's a real game that you can play is incredible. We'll talk about it more in Tips and Bits.
All right, back to the main episode.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know you liked it more than I did, but it's still solid.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I think it's probably in the mid to low tier of Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs as far as releases go. I mean, I'm still of the belief that there's no such thing as a bad Elijah Craig Barrel Proof release.
There's just better versions.
There's just ones that are better than others.
Yeah. There's no... I would never turn down a Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Nope.
Like if somebody's going to pour it for me. The majority of the time, honestly, if it's at retail and it's sitting somewhere, I'm like, I'm going to grab it, and it's not going to matter what batch it is. And so that's the good thing. It's always solid.
I mean, I bought one on vacation that was like $10 over retail.
That's still fine.
I was like, it's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Yeah.
I don't buy it just to have it sit there and look at me.
Right. And it's one of those that I feel like it's going to be, I can see it. It's randomly here and there, and I'm not going to like secondary and all this to do it, but
well, that's good, because if you did,
I'm the problem.
You'd have to go to confession.
I am the problem.
It's you.
It's me. But yeah. What is it? A123?
Yeah.
Solid. Yeah.
Definitely. Now, here, let's talk for a minute about B523.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So it was at the meetup in the VIP lounge. Gary, Franchi, I think Gary brought it.
That the pharmacist?
Huh?
Pharmacy bourbon? Or prescription bourbon?
Prescription bourbon.
Okay. We're picking up what I was laying down there.
I thought I was going crazy. I tell you,
Had to go back
like
to the
we were talking
pregame.
about in the pregame chats, I crave those moments, and I've had mine for today. All is right with the world. But anyway, so they brought it to the meetup, and we tried it.
Don't remember.
I know you don't.
That Friday night, this is something, people were pouring me so many things and we were recording. I had an enormous amount of alcohol in a small amount of time.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a blur for a moment.
To the point where Eric and Bill, I don't want to say walk. You didn't walk over to the marathon.
We trotted. We parkoured.
You parkoured.
Yeah. Bill
over
fell.
to the marathon
Bill almost died
to get cigarettes.
Yeah, that's what happens. I
truly think my favorite quote from the weekend was you smoking a cigar and handing it to Todd Cooper and saying, "Todd, can you cut this down so I can smoke it like a cigarette?" That is the funniest thing I have ever heard from somebody who was 100% completely dead serious.
Oh, I was dead serious. Listen,
you don't joke about your cigarettes.
No, I have
filtered, unfiltered.
I don't smoke regularly. I maybe once a year.
Yeah,
but it's always when there's a group involved and alcohol involved, and I just go back to younger days when I would smoke when I drank. And it's nice to have one once or twice a year. I'll just say that. I
have a friend who's like that too. Every time we would go out after class, like in college, she'd be like, "Well, when I drink, I smoke."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay."
That's just how it is.
It's like, don't stop.
And listen, when you're at a
that.
bourbon meetup, most of the time people are having cigars, so you can't go, "Can I have them a smoke?" Nobody has them, and that's why you parkour yourself to the marathon beside the hotel.
We talked about this on last week's Patreon stuff, but the thought of having to call April at 3 a.m. saying you fell and broke your arm parkouring in a parking lot on the way to get cigarettes.
I don't know if she'd be more mad that I hurt myself or that I did
or that we woke her up.
Or that she got woke up or that I did it getting a pack of cigarettes. Who knows? Who knows?
Anyway, so we there was like a system error or something within Heaven Hill, and we missed out on the media sample for this, but we were fortunate enough to find them in stores.
So here we are.
Fresh crack, fresh smell.
Not 12 years old.
11 years, 9 months, I think. I will say, though.
5 months.
11 years, 5 months.
124.2.
As far as the nose goes, I think it smells better than the one that's actually 12 years old.
Oh, I like that nose a lot.
I'm not, like, I got over that, and I did a whole stream about it, but I got over that, like, oh, but it's not 12 years old anymore. It's not going to be as good. That feeling pretty quickly after having had this.
You know what's funny? I smell this, and I feel like it should smell more like what a barrel-proof wheated bourbon smells like, because this is a sweet Elijah Craig. This is a cherry pie, some burnt crust nose.
I love the nose. It's kind of buttery, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
All right, well. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Oh. Oh. That good.
That has to have like over 15-year-old bourbon in it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're batch products. It's not single barrel, so there could be older stuff than 11 years and
5 months.
5 months.
if this is the quality that we are going to be getting from Elijah Craig Barrel Proof
Put
moving
whatever
forward,
age statement on it you want.
I don't care. I genuinely do not care. If this is the richness and the complexity that we have been missing from Elijah Craig Barrel Proof since like 2020.
There is a chocolate finish that is so good. Seriously.
What the heck was that?
I don't know.
Were you quoting something?
No.
That
I just
just
felt
came-
it.
it
That
just
was
came
just
out
the
of you?
moment. That was just the moment.
Okay, man. Hey, you're on your own journey.
That chocolate finish has done something to me right now. Like,
Yeah, I
seriously,
gave you a
like,
lisp.
yeah. No, like, it's so good. And it's such a...
This nose is so smoky.
I think that's the burntness, like the burnt crust
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
getting.
yeah.
You're getting smokiness.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of a burnt crust, which honestly smells really good to me when it's in the oven.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I don't know which one I love the Larceny. This may be one of my favorite Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs in a long time.
I'm in the same boat, dude.
That's so good.
I know.
It is. I know. What did I say earlier? Where the nose and the palate, like, was I talking about? I was talking about the other Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference in not liking something because the nose and the palate are so different. But when there's something that connects them, that's where it's at.
Yeah, for sure.
When you get a nose that's different, and then like there's like a medium, like the taste in the middle, like connects it to the finish. That's the perfect one, and that's what this is. It's this. A child.
I wasn't listening initially when I looked up. I was thinking, and it just matched up perfectly.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
But
Sorry.
yeah, it's like a sweet pie burnt crust start on the nose, and then it ends in like this dark, like chocolate finish. And in the middle, it's almost like a mixture of them. It's like a chocolate and a cherry. This is really good.
18.5. I did a very quick little.
God, you got me fast. Now I gotta think.
I'm quick. I'm gonna get you. You gotta be ready.
God, if I said the Larceny Barrel Proof was an 18, this is an 18.5.
Absolutely. What are they doing?
I don't know. They're just playing, and I don't have any like
Insulation.
There's no insulation or nothing on the ceiling here. So if you're hearing kid noises in the background, yes, we're in the basement of my house.
Yeah, it's all plywood. Anyway,
all right.
So 18.5.
Yeah, I if I'm just putting a number on it, the Larceny is an 18, and I'm going to give this just a little bit more. I don't know. The finish on this is just even better.
Yeah.
That chocolate finish is amazing me right now. I mean, it made me change my voice. So yeah, good job on that.
You were like possessed or something for a second. It was wild. But yeah,
so
it just two fantastic releases from Heaven Hill.
I don't feel like we've had two when we've done these episodes that we've had the Larceny and the Elijah Craig be so similar. We either like one or the other.
Yeah.
And this was damn close.
Mm-hmm.
Get it.
Absolutely get it. Get two.
Yeah. Get 3, send me one.
One to open, one to keep.
For a gift for free.
And me as well.
Get 4.
Two. Actually, you know what? Let's just make it. Send us both 3 because triples are best.
Yeah. And just
You got triples
say
with the
thanks.
Barracuda? Triples with the Stingray?
Just say thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Don't send us an invoice.
Oh, you want them to say thanks to us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As a thank you gift.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because, free. This is I'm losing the thread. Let's move on.
Yes, let's go.
High proof hot takes. I got one.
Go for it.
You don't have to have an opinion on everything.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. As we have a whole segment about having opinions.
Okay. I will say that because I posted a little funny thing from when we finished my Van Winkle 10-year in the parking lot with some of our friends.
Yeah.
And I did a little funny thing where I was like, this is Pappy 10, because at some point you got to know when like you're wasting
when it's
your
a
time.
joke.
When it's a joke.
Yeah.
So somebody was like, well, it technically isn't Pappy.
He's doing it for the Vine.
Yeah. So at what point, so two sides of this. If somebody posts something and they genuinely are like,
what?
I can't, it's one of those words I can't say.
Yeah, you do have, you don't have the vocabulary for it as I genuinely. Yeah, pony.
Yeah. But if somebody posted something that was like, oh, the Pappy release, but I wanted the 15, but look, I got Pappy 10, and they're just being honest because all these releases are at the same time.
Yeah.
And you are looking at that post and you're on the trigger of like pulling like this freaking like novel of a reply saying, you know what? It's not Pappy 10. It's Van Winkle. It's not the same blah, blah. Like, at what point do you just need to stop and go, you know what? It's probably not worth it. Because
as soon as the thought pops into your head, that is when you need to say to yourself, it's not worth it.
And I've seen so many
immediately.
I've seen so many people do that, and you can tell when somebody's being serious or when they're being joking and all that. And it's just like, chill out. Like if somebody wants to call that Pappy 10, they can call it Pappy 10. So I did that, and then somebody replied to me and was like, funny, but technically it's not. And I was like, technically it's a joke.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
You don't have to take the time out of your life to figure out a huge comment when just say like, hey, congrats, you got a Van Winkle.
Keep bourbon fun.
Yeah. Congrats. You
keep whiskey fun.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
got
even
the
just
bottle.
bourbon. People take stuff too seriously. Yeah, I think that it is a wonderful thing that this is not a new take, but with the now I can't do it.
Now my problem is
I'm good to
yours. I never had a good vocabulary.
Yes,
now you don't.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm never going to live that down, and I deserve it.
It's part of us now.
It is. It is part of our brand. With the accessibility of information through the internet, I mean, you can literally learn anything at any time.
Yeah. It's a Google away.
Yeah. And that is great. That's awesome. But it leads to people thinking that they know better than they actually do in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I just think that it's okay for you to not have an opinion on everything.
Yeah.
And just kind of let people live their lives.
I 100% agree.
Anyway, that's it. So we had a joint high proof hot take?
Yes.
Cool. There we go. I have so much to talk about with tips and bits. I've got so much stuff. 2 weeks. Well, we didn't even do tips and bits for the live show.
No, it just kind of went like, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, we had to. Like, Peggy she needed to be gone.
Yeah.
By a certain point. What?
That just sounds funny. She needed to be gone.
That sounds like we were encouraging her to leave.
No, she was ready.
She had plans. She needed to leave at a certain time.
Yeah.
She needed to be gone.
Get out.
So we could have fun.
Yeah.
That's not what it was at all. Yeah, we didn't do tips and bits. And to be honest, part of it was that I didn't want to say the phrase tips and bits in front of Peggy.
And she'd be like, ah.
So anyway, let's start off by talking about the new season of I Think You Should Leave.
Season 3.
Season 3, which first watch through, I was a little underwhelmed.
I know. I was kind of like, because I hadn't got to finish it yet, and you were like, yeah, I don't know. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah. I've seen it 4 times now.
I've watched it through twice, and I've seen tons of clips on the Instagram and stuff.
It's incredible.
I just love, like, you either are going to love this show or you're going to hate it. And that's just how it is. Like, you have to, like, have a sense of humor and, like, not, like, try to think as comedy as something serious. Like, these are sketch comedies from the mind of somebody who was a part of Saturday Night Live, who pitched these ideas to Saturday Night Live, and they said, no, this isn't nothing. This isn't
what we do.
And he said, you know what? I'm going to do it myself, and here we are.
Sorry.
For what?
I'm pouring more. I know.
How many times?
Every time.
My bottle is your bottle, Perry.
Every time the bell rings.
But yeah, like, I'm not going to say this is for everybody.
It is absolutely not for everybody.
But it's for that person who just loves, like, just out there sketches. Like, maybe you grew up watching Mad TV.
Yeah.
I think it leans more on stuff like they would do as opposed to Saturday Night Live.
Absolutely.
Because when I grew up, Mad TV was like the cool thing because it was like, oh man, Saturday Night Live, that's like the older people. That's my parents are watching that.
Mad TV was like a little more edgy.
Yeah, you had Bobby Lee on there doing stuff. You had Sasso doing stuff on there, and it was just like the craziest characters and stuff. Stewart, you know, the one lady's like, I'm gonna help you. All that. Oh, Stewart, man, like, look what I can do. Look what I can do. But yeah, it's like that kind of stuff. It's like out there, just random sketches.
Yeah.
And I love.
You're 100% right. Yeah.
I love it all. Do I have a favorite one? It's changed.
Like from this season?
From this season. Tim Robinson is the person we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you may have seen him on SNL.
The one that keeps coming back to me as just, I feel like somebody really had to fight for this sketch. It's the one where Tim Meadows is at his daughter's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing a photo op, and the photographer goes, all right, let's do a funny one. Everybody do something funny.
And he's just puking.
He has a feather. He has a purple feather, and he sticks it down his throat, and he throws up.
And they snap the picture mid-puke.
And he goes, 3 seconds isn't long enough to think of something funny. And it's just, oh my gosh, it's so good. He starts going on the rant about Barney.
Oh, Lord.
You don't have a lot of business deals going on.
And see, I hadn't even thought about this sketch, but I saw the reel, and it was he. So Tim is playing a dad, and they're on a game show, like a kid's game show.
Oh my gosh, it's
a
VR.
It's a VR game show. So he gets in, and he's like, they're supposed to go shopping in VR. He puts the headset on, and he
just
almost
freezes.
dies because basically he forgets to breathe, and he's like. He thinks
he's how to work the body.
Yeah, he thinks he's in a virtual reality thing that he has to, like, the controls have to make him breathe and all this stuff, and he almost dies, and
I'm all crossed up.
And I love that when they're like, get him out of there.
Yeah.
Like he's in the Matrix or something, but he's just doing
He's
a VR.
just doing VR.
Get him out of there. He has the controls on. He's like, oh!
When the kid starts swearing is when I really lose it with that sketch.
Oh.
I think both of the game show sketches that they did this season were
really
phenomenal. The other one was what was it? The metal guy. I can't remember what it was called, but Sam Richardson is the host. He's the one that like came up with it.
Yeah, it's like a cross between like Wheel of Fortune and stuff like that. And, like, it's so good.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's almost hard to like pitch to somebody to watch if they haven't watched it before.
It really is because there's no narrative.
There's nothing that like connects and everything other than like the actor.
A couple times there are.
A couple times.
But largely, yeah. I mean, it's just like individual sketches they're all very contained.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have seen the Bachelor parody.
Oh my god.
Where his name's Ronnie and he just is on the zip line.
On the zip line the whole time.
The whole time. Ronnie, it seems like you're just kind of here for the zip line.
Yeah, and if you've never seen any of them, you've probably seen like a meme or like a reel or something where I even use it where the guy goes, "You sure about that?"
Yeah.
That is from that show.
And that's Tim Robinson.
Yeah, that's from the show.
And it's so funny to me the way that you and I have like embraced this show and how it's just become a part of like our friendship and our relationship, because like I knew as soon as I saw it that you needed to see it.
Yeah, you saw it first,
too.
and then
And they're short episodes. I mean, they're like 15 minutes long.
Yeah, and there's like 4 or 5 different sketches in those.
This is his real name, Biff Whiff, who played Santa in season 2, and he plays Shirt Brother in season 3. He is. I'm going to throw the link in the description. He has a GoFundMe up right now because he is being treated for cancer.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good prognosis, which is awesome. But he's just an incredible human, and I encourage you to learn more about him too. So I think you should leave. Season 3 is phenomenal. I might watch it again tonight.
It's one of those that you
Honestly.
can just put it on at any random time and just watch 5 minutes and start laughing.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch the reels that they make, like take certain clips, it's I Think You Should Reel, REEL, and you can kind of get a feel of what the episodes are about, or whatever.
The pig one is on YouTube now.
Oh Lord.
I saw that thing. That I watched that. So I watched that sketch again this morning, and I know it was the chair, but it really sounded like a fart. Now you can't do it when you're trying to make it happen.
Okay, do it.
But at the end of this, it's the last line. He says, "My life hasn't gone the way I thought it should, and I'm not who I thought I would be, because for 50 seconds I thought that there was monsters on the earth."
For 50 seconds. So random.
I saw that thing. Anyway, I beat Tears of the Kingdom.
Don't tell me.
I will
started. I'm about to beat Survivor. It's going to happen tonight.
I'm still playing it because it is such a dense game. I haven't checked
if your controllers are still working, because
my controllers are still working.
He's literally rubbed his controllers raw.
I have worn down the joysticks on this so much that
They're like
there's
tires when you need new tires.
It's basically tires with no tread.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was before Tears of the Kingdom came out. It's been out for a month. I have played it for
so long it won't even load.
145 hours.
And what's 145 divided by 24? That is, you've played if you just started playing, you played this for 6 days.
6 straight days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, there's so much to do in it.
Yeah.
It is crazy to me how much is packed into not only a game like this, but a game on the Switch.
Right. The
Like
biggest,
the Switch,
it's the biggest game they've made for the Switch,
and
right?
it runs almost flawlessly.
So
Like there's still frame drops, there's still issues like that, but for the most part, like the biggest thing in Breath of the Wild was you go to the Great Deku Tree, and there was a horrible frame skip problem, just lagging and dropping and everything. Gone. It's not in there anymore. It's incredible.
So
anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was going to say for people listening who I played Breath of the Wild. I beat Breath of the Wild. We've talked about that. It is the next game after that. If somebody hasn't played that or beat Breath of the Wild, is this okay to just start playing?
So a few weeks ago I said to like prepare for Tears of the Kingdom, there were 2 games you should play, Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild. I think I was able to get through Tears of the Kingdom so quickly because I had played Breath of the Wild so much.
But you don't think it's necessary?
But I don't think it's necessary. Okay. I think that even from the start of it, you don't have to know anything. Okay. Essentially about the previous game.
I feel like this game has been so popular within like social media and stuff that there are people posting about it and playing it that maybe have never played a Zelda game, or they haven't played Zelda in 20 years or something like that. It's so it's just so obviously so good that like you just see it everywhere right now.
Yeah, and it's the most creative video game. It's definitely the most creative Zelda game that you could play right now.
Yeah,
as well. Just like the crafting mechanics of it are endlessly fascinating. And there's a guy I watch on YouTube. His channel's called Peanut Butter Gamer.
Nice.
He was saying in his review of Tears of the Kingdom that watching other people do all these crazy builds makes him feel stupid. And I feel that way too, because there's just so many inventive things. Somebody built a literal dinosaur in the game.
Well, I've managed to not see spoilers or gameplay, but I see random like screenshots, and apparently somebody built a computer the other day.
Oh, I don't know, but I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I just saw the thing. Someone builds a computer and it like shows a screen and like it's like a functioning computer apparently. Somebody built a distillery in there.
I've seen.
It's better than Good Times.
I mean, I've seen people just build the most obscene death machines.
Yeah.
You know, they're launching Koroks off into space, and it's hilarious. It's really, really funny.
I can't wait.
But
I will be playing it this weekend when I go out of town. So
yeah.
I'll report back in a few weeks.
I beat it, I think, within like 70 hours.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that's 70 hours of grinding to get to the final boss.
Speaking of genuine.
I know I said it too a couple weeks ago, but I cried during the game. Yeah. I mean, it's a very I'm doing it. We keep moving the anyway. The recording device.
Don't worry about it.
That's fine. We're good. You can still hear us. We're still good. It's just it's a heavy game. I mean, there's a lot of emotion in it. So
can't wait.
I can't wait to hear what you think about it. I've talked a lot. Talk about something else.
I don't know. I've just kind of been.
I've got more stuff too. That's why I'm trying to break up our.
I've been enjoying like new episodes of stuff I've already like fought. Like I'm not suggesting anything new. It's just the stuff that's come out lately, like podcasts and stuff. Whiskey Ginger podcast has been really good. They have some really good episodes. Bad Friends has been good. Trevor Wallace was on this past weekend with Theo Vaughn again, and it's just 2 hours of just randomness. Just
two of our favorite comedians.
Yes,
in the same room is. I mean, even just that clip that I sent you.
Right? Yeah, it's so good.
Just unbelievable.
Right. But yeah, it's just all the podcasts I usually listen to. Because I've had to work a lot lately, and I've been doing. I've had to do homework. I'm finishing up a degree and stuff, so I put a podcast on while I'm listening. And then I realized that I shouldn't do that because then the next thing I know, I've spent 15 minutes listening and not writing anything on the screen. So yeah, just pretty much all the stuff that I normally recommend like is going strong right now.
Yeah,
and I'm loving it all.
The Weekly Planet has been incredible.
Very good.
Recently.
Weekly Planet, all that. So,
yeah. Speaking of podcasts, I've been listening to / watching a couple ones that are new to me, but not new to the zeitgeist, I guess. Sad Boys with a
Sad
Z.
Boys. Okay.
It's Jarvis Johnson and Jordan Adika. They're both YouTube creators. Just really good. Link was on an episode recently, and they showed him, he didn't know about, that lady who, it was like a viral clip for a while where it looks like she's on a podcast and she's talking about how much, cover your kids' ears, she makes her man nut.
Yes.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like he nuts like 6 to 8 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane. He's probably dead, but
I mean, you got like a special power if you can do it that many times a day.
Yeah.
Like, I need at least 3 or 4 hours in between. That doesn't equal out to 6.
yeah.
So,
But it was really good. There's the did I talk about this on the show, the Ned's Declassified podcast?
yeah.
Okay. Still great. All 3 of those actors are hilarious, phenomenal human beings. And I would love to have them on the show, but Lindsay Shaw is recovering.
Oh, yeah. That's a bad thing. Like,
A lot of child stars are
child stars
recovering.
and comedians are like always like in like rehab or like they're sober and all that stuff. And it's like, but the funny thing is, even like Andrew Santino has people on his podcast, and they usually start the show out with drinking some whiskey, and some shows they'll be like, he's not, and they'll just explain it.
Yeah.
Be like, listen, I don't drink, but like I don't have any reason to not to let somebody else drink. So
yeah, I really want to get them on the show. And then the other one is Ted Nivison's podcast, Chuckle Sandwich.
Chuckle Sandwich.
And every episode that they have a guest on, they ask the most insane question.
Ask me one of the questions.
I'll ask you the question that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Would you rather have unlimited bacon,
Okay.
but no video games,
Go.
or unlimited video games, but no games?
Well, let me think about this for a second.
And they play it so straight too, and
Yeah.
it's so funny.
I love bacon. I know it's not
But do
good.
you love it enough for no games? Or do you love
Do I love
video games so much
that
you
there's
would
no
get
other
games?
game ever?
No. You're not hearing me.
There's no games.
Yeah, unlimited video games, but no video games.
But are the video games in a different category than just games?
No video games.
Well, then the first one.
Are you sure?
What? If I could live without games if I could only play video games.
But it's. I still don't think you're hearing me right.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. It's unlimited video games,
Yeah.
but no video games.
No, but you say games.
No, it's video games. That's the implication.
No, I'm saying you gotta cut it down for me. Are we saying video games versus just
Unlimited
games with
video games.
Then the first one.
Okay, well, that's your funeral.
That's a good question.
Right? No, it's not. It's a terrible question. It's so good. You don't care about this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Dave Matthews Band has a new album out. It's incredible. Has one of my what's the matter? Wake up. Hey.
Oh, sorry.
One of my favorite.
Crash into me.
Now, I've told you my Crash Enemy story, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to tell it on the podcast. Yeah, one of my favorite Dave songs now is on that album. And it's just good. Man.
Nice.
It's really good. I'm doing a double feature tonight because Lucy and Eden are going to be seeing her grandmother.
Spotty and
the Flash. So
a triple.
I will report back on that.
Transformers.
I don't care.
I do.
Do you want me to see it for you? Do you want me to FaceTime you the entire time so you can?
I'll be at wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're going
to.
Did Tom ever get back to you?
Yeah. I was just talking to him.
Oh really?
Yeah. He's making sure I got my tickets.
Nice. That's really cool that he's like checking in on you.
Yeah, because I don't know how it works when like people like they tell somebody and that person is in charge of like giving like friends and family tickets and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, everything's good to go.
Cool. I think that's the show.
That's a show.
What I meant to say was the show.
Well, if you want more show,
you
can go to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. You can support the show. And at $5, you get more show. You get uncut episodes before everybody else get them. You get special bonus stuff like Pours from the Floor. You get Sample Irresistible. You get The Last Call. You get anything else we decide to put in there. And you get the pregame chat. So it warms you up for the main episode. But there's a lot of stuff going on there. It's the first chance to get barrel picked.
That's an understatement. There is a lot going on.
There's
on
a lot of stuff going on there. But yeah, like go to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. It's the best way to support and listen to more content.
And we appreciate everybody over there who is a
I know
supporter.
I give them shit all the time about not learning.
Balls. We forgot about...
I'll get to it.
Okay.
But yeah, I know I give them shit about not being able to comment and stuff, but you know, that's just what I do. If you want to get some apparel and merch, you can go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. If you want to get some Whiskey Mutant merch, it's whiskeymutant.myshopify.com. If you want to send an email to the show requesting us to do something or sending us samples, send an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. I'll skip something just for a second. You can follow us on all social media. You can follow the show at MyBourbonPod. You can follow Perry at Peter1792. You can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. We're on YouTube. This show is on YouTube. Perry goes live. The live is on hold for now until Perry gets a spot to actually go live. So we'll come back to that soon enough. Tell people about us. Share the show. Subscribe on whatever podcast app you're doing. Leave a 5-star review. Leave a 1-star review. Let us know. It all helps. You can leave ratings on Spotify. And then we also have a segment where you can be on the show. It's a system where you call a number. It's this technology people created a long time ago. It's called a phone. You dial 859-428-8253. You call that number, leave the voicemail.
Tough to listen to.
We'll play it and we'll reply to you. And we have one.
We have a lot.
We have several.
We have 4. Do you know why we have 4?
No.
Because 3 of them are from you on the Friday night of the meetup.
3?
Yes, dude, look at this.
Oh my God.
Here's another one. And here's the third one.
Lots
so we're going to start
and cigarettes. That's
we're
what
gonna
this
start,
leads to.
We're going to start with the one that what happened while we were recording.
I feel like I'm going to just slowly sink into my... All right.
If you'd like to leave a barrel ring, you can call the number that I just called or somebody else called and set it on the
That's
table.
what I sound like on the barrel rings.
Barrel rings. What's up, Eric? What's up, Terry?
Hi, buddy. Oh, wait. I'm confused.
Here we are. I don't know when this airs. Go ahead, Bill.
I feel like we're in some type of matrix.
Yeah.
Take the red pill. What's that movie? Barrel Inception. Yes. This is very Inception-esque. And I think what we need to do then is after we're done with this, we need to call back barrel ring.
It's his fault.
And
It's Bill's
have
fault.
someone else record it. Yes, and just keep going. Yeah. So here we go. So, hey guys, if y'all missed TIMBP weekend, this is the kind of shit and shenanigans you missed. So get here next year.
I love that it bleeps it out on the screen.
Here's the next one.
Perry, edit this. Fuck shit. Brown Town. I'm passing it over.
Hey, brother. This is Roadrunner Randy calling out Streetwalker Bill. He's a punk. I'm going to body slam his ass on Saturday night at the live stream. Take care, brother. God, fuck. Damn it, I told you this is Charlie Brown. Why'd you call me? I ain't got time for this shit.
I just heard a cigarette in the background.
Trying to drink some beer and just, I ain't got time for this shit. What are you trying to do, man? Fuck you. Hey, guys. Here, Russell. Hey, Daddy let me out of the basement again. I'm coming to this live show, so get ready. Fuck.
These are off from my phone.
Yeah. And you don't remember any of this.
No.
Woo! And they're all within about 3 minutes of each other, which makes it even better.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so you too can leave a barrel ring.
Wow.
Okay. Pure insanity. But anyway, is that it?
That's it.
We've done all the things, and you have done the thing just by being here and listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love you guys dearly. Just as a reminder, there's no new episode next week, but we will be back in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And we'll see you real soon. But until then, I'm Perry.
I'm Eric.
And this is my Bourbon Podcast. Stop doing that.